Oh, wait. Why I thought this was Ghetto Girl East page. Now I gotta be back. I got supposed to be on Ghetto Girl East page. I'm gonna see it. Time for me another vacation. But while I'm here, hey y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I swear I thought I was on Ghetto Girl East page. I'm like, okay, y'all, we gotta do another live cooking. And I'm on Sierra's page. Good morning, good morning. What's up? What's up? What y'all up to today? Y'all, let me tell y'all a little bit about my healing process while I'm on here. So I've been literally like documenting my healing process after this breakup, and just overall this new chapter in my life. I've been like documenting my healing process. Do you all know that I really never like traveled by myself without a man, because I was always married. Remember, I was married for 10 years and then I got with Eric, whatever. And so we actually going through, like, we separated now, but we actually going through like a divorce. But do y'all know I never done like I didn't even notice until just now how I never done anything by myself. But yeah, so I've always been in relationships. I've always been married and stuff like that. So I'm going through like my healing process, y'all. And when I say it's been so therapeutic, I'm really learning how to go through things like alone. And self-love is so important. Like I didn't even notice that I was experiencing not having self-love, because I always thought so high of myself. I always thought that I was good, and I didn't need, like, I didn't know that I was really dealing with being alone. I didn't know that. I just thought that, oh girl, I'm a girl's and I want a man and I want to be married. No, I really struggle with being alone, and I'm going through counseling, y'all. And one of the reasons why I struggle with being alone is because I had my daughter when I was 15 years old. I got married when I was 18. So if you think about that, that's very traumatic. Like, that's very, very traumatic. A traumatic event that I went through. So it's like my brain is automatically operating on being with somebody. If it's just with Paris, like, I know, like, now that I'm single, it's like, okay, Paris, come get in the bed, let's cuddle sometimes. But I'm really like pulling myself away from that, because I really have to heal and know how to do things alone. So the first time, my very first trip, I got like 5 trips planned by myself. And when I say by myself, it's just like, okay, meet me in Paris, meet me in Tulum, meet me in wherever. Like, I would never do that by myself, because I always felt like I needed to do it with somebody else. So as y'all can see, like, last night I was by myself. I went to the Beyonce concert. Well, I met a friend there, but like actually getting in a car, driving there by myself, having my driver to come pick me up by myself. When I left the concert, I was like by myself, because I met my friend. She stayed on the opposite side of town, so we weren't driving together. I was literally by myself. And for so many years, I didn't even know that I was really scared of that. And honestly, for real, y'all, as I've been doing counseling and as I've been going through my healing and stuff, I've really learned so much just about me, and how I just really didn't like I really was dating for security almost. It was like I was almost just being with these guys because I was scared to be alone. Like, I didn't want to be in my house alone, because I was scared I was going to get robbed, because I've been robbed at gunpoint twice in my life. So, like, all of those things play a huge part of your dating side. And as women, that's why it's so important that you get healed from things before you actually go into a situation unhealed, because you'll find yourself in a situation just being there because of your past trauma. So a lot of times, and a lot of these guys that I was dating, I was really for real trying to grasp and be with people because I was scared to be alone. I didn't want to being in my house by myself, because I had got robbed before. So even like in a relationship, it was always, where you at, come home. Like, I'm scared, like, to the point I would not even like go downstairs in a huge house. I wouldn't even go downstairs by myself almost, because I was just scared to be alone. So I've been having a great time. I've been yes, counseling is so amazing. When I say it's been so good, y'all, and it's really been helping me get through like everything that I've been going through, helping me control my anger, helping me just with a lot of stuff. Let me tell y'all how deep it is. It's so deep that I didn't even notice why I had this like this stigma towards men. You know what I'm saying? Like why I was so like hard on men. And I've been going through counseling, and I'm learning that some of the events that I went through when I was younger is one of the reasons why I'm like, don't cut guys no slack. Like, oh no, women, 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 and I'm such a girl's girl. I like being a girl's girl, but it's like to the 10th degree. Like taking up for my friends, screaming in their boyfriends' faces, in their husbands' faces, being out of line, because I'm learning that, because because of the different traumas that I experienced when I was younger is the reason why I was reacting like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I just been learning so much, and I really feel good about my healing process. I went to the Beyonce concert last night, and I was just walking by myself and waiting on my driver to come. Usually, with a man, they call it, making sure I'm good. And I actually did those things by myself, and I felt good about it. I was walking and talking with the people. I was calling my driver. I'm like, boo, where you at? Where you at? But, I just feel good. And even going through my healing process, like my counselor tell me, he say, be transparent, talk about it. It don't matter. You were wrong, admit that you were wrong, and move forward. What else could I do? What else can you do, Sierra? So I'm just glad that I'm able to heal from these situations. I'm glad that I see, the wrong in me and not just blaming it with other stuff. No, Sierra, let's tackle the reason why you feel the way you feel, and let's address these situations. And with me addressing these situations, I feel so good. I changed all my numbers. Like I said, I went to the Beyonce concert by myself. I met one of my close friends there. I just traveled to Jamaica. I met friends in Jamaica just this past weekend. It was amazing. I was by myself in an airport by myself, holding my own bags, just doing everything by myself. I never, and just that little piece of me just doing stuff by myself. And don't take it for it's like, oh, she on TV, she got money, so she just feel like people should do stuff for her, because I'm like the most genuine, givingest person on this planet. But I really was doing those things because I just wanted somebody with me. Like I needed somebody to be with me. I wasn't self-sufficient. Like I just needed people to be with me, and that's one of the reasons why I was going through these relationships and getting the return that I was getting. So it's been kind of scary, but I've been documenting it, and I will post a lot of stuff on my YouTube to just tell. I wanted to dedicate like a YouTube just for my healing process. It's so important, y'all. It's so important that you like really tackle down those old traumas, because I'm going to tell you something. When you're not tackling those old traumas and you are living in those traumas and not like addressing them and attacking them, what happens is you really start to like, you'll have bigger blessings that's trying to come to you, but the blessings won't be able to come because you still dealing with all of these old traumas, and what those old traumas are doing, it's scaring your blessings away. So I feel like, I'm going to utilize this time to grow and build and receive all of my blessings that God has been trying to give me. But, maybe just say for instance, right? Maybe God had another door that was about to open for me. But then I did that whole thing with Scrappy. And then God was like, nope, you ain't ready. Take it away. Right? So I want to identify my insecurities, my flaws, all of those things that I struggle with, so that I can move forward and I can be blessed the way that God wants me to be blessed. Like I always say, I got the purest heart. I got the purest heart. I love everybody, whatever. But you can't Sierra have the purest heart and then you got this little something towards men. You feel like men is this and this. And one of the reasons, and I'm going to just be transparent, one of the reasons why I got this stigma towards men and feel like, okay, y'all don't be trying us because we women and da-da-da-da, and I don't know how to be submissive, is because I never seen my mom do that. I always seen my mom be very strong. I seen her like be the boss, put men in position to do whatever. I seen her do those things growing up. So I grew up thinking that, that I was supposed to do the same thing. And then on top of that, my mom was in a relationship that was very, and I remember being so mad at the person that was my mom, which was a man. And I kind of kept those same feelings in my adult life. So watching my mom be, and then still holding on to that, because if you're not healing through those traumas, it's still in you and you living through them, and some part of those traumas still come out through your day to day. Even though you like, girl, I'm grown, I'm good now, I don't worry about that. No, you really need to go identify those traumas and talk about them and heal through them, because if not, then you're gonna find yourself I being that crazy person. And if whatever with men, like just say for instance, like with men, jumping in men's face, all that stuff come from me watching my mom and just being still angry, a little bit part of me still angry, and like, oh yeah, I know how men is, because my mom used to get, oh, this nigga not about to try me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Okay, God, them sales coming in, thank you. But yeah, so like those were some of the things that I was like dealing with, and I just feel good that I've been healing, I've been transparent, I've been talking about it, I've been just opening up and just identify where I'm wrong at and working towards it. Even down from my first marriage with Shooter to BK to Eric, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to identify where I was wrong at, and then where I felt like they were wrong, I want to pray that God will even, heal them from their traumas, because it's the only thing we dealing with, y'all, for real. And the reason why certain things don't flow how it's supposed to flow in our life is because of trauma. Trauma is very serious. Trauma really could stop you from getting to your next part in life. But yeah, on the up and up, I just want to say that I feel good. I feel rejuvenated, and I feel like a bit release and restraint has lifted off of me since I started my healing journey. Like, I feel so good. So good. Now, let me tell you something. We human. So it may be bad days where we still may have little outbursts. Give yourself that, because at the end of the day, like I said, we're human. Don't be too hard on yourself. I have good days, I have bad days. I have days where I'm like, okay, Sierra, I got this. I'm good. And then I have days where I'm like, I don't got this. I don't have this. I'm oozing all over the place. So it is definitely okay to identify your feelings and address them and say, all right, today is not a good day, but tomorrow will be a better day. So that's what I've been doing. I just been praying my relationship with God even have gotten more just stronger, I feel. And I just, I feel really great. And I feel like this time around, when my Boaz do come, I will be ready for him fully. And I won't be holding no type of traumas in my heart towards a man, towards whatever, insecurities, none of that. So I just want to encourage somebody, go get you some counseling, because it worked. It really worked. And start your healing process. Sometimes the only thing you need and what's stopping you from your blessings is just starting that healing process. I just want to tell Sierra today, I'm proud of you. You are beautiful. You got this. Your next level is going to be bigger than ever. God has already shown out for me one time. He's going to do it again and again. And I also want to tell Sierra that it's okay. Like, it's really okay that, you went through these traumas, and it made you better. Like, it gave you a bigger testimony. So, I just want to encourage somebody to embrace your traumas and work towards them. I know a lot of people be like, I don't want to talk about that. That makes me too emotional. Good. If it makes you emotional, that means that you're healing. Talk about it. Don't hold it in, because when you hold that stuff in, honey, that stuff be creating bigger problems. That's when stress come on, heart attacks, counts, all type of stuff. Release that stress, release that trauma. Talk about those situations so that you can start your healing journey with me. And I'm gonna tell y'all another thing too. I used to think that I was okay just because I had money. Like, I thought that, oh girl, you good. Like, you good. That ain't that. My daughter told me yesterday, she was like, Ma, I said something to her, right? And it offended her. And she was like, she was in my room, and I'm very strong, right? Because in life I had no other choice but to be strong. When you become a mom at 15 years old, you kind of don't have uh any other way of living. You got to be strong. You got to provide for you. When you got a little one at that little and you a baby having a baby, basically you got to be like the strongest person ever. So I kind of always just dealt with my problems with just being like ignoring them. I never really dealt with my problems. I just used to ignore them. Like, girl, I'll be all right. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. I always was. That wasn't nothing. That wasn't nothing. So, but it is something because because only thing I was doing was building deeper traumas for myself. So yesterday, Paris was on the bed and I said something to offend her, and so she was like, "Mom, that offended me," and she was like, you really got to stop acting like people don't have feelings. Like, just because you feel like it wasn't something for you to be mad at, it really hurt my feelings. So I was like, okay, girl, I'm sorry. Now get out of my room because I don't got time for that. But that was just a defense mechanism for me, because what I do is always just throw stuff under the rug and keep moving. Because she was like, but Mom, you just told me to come in here. You want to cuddle. And she was like, it's okay to say you're sorry and then let me still be around. Stop pushing people to the side or pushing me to the side when you feel offended or you feel attacked. Stop doing that. It's okay. It's okay for me to still stay in the room. She said, you just asked me to come in here. She was like, I just let you know how I feel. You genuinely made me feel a way, and just say sorry and let me stay in the room. So I was like, well, you right, but who you think you talking to? But you is right. So I did. I let her stay in the room. And then I was like, wow. And even that was very therapeutic for Paris. And it just taught me a lot. It was very therapeutic for me. And it just taught me a lot. I'm like, wow, that's deep. Because I never knew that when Paris get on my nerves or she'll say something, that I was just scooting to her, like I'll just scoot her to the side and be like, all right, get out my room. But then what I was doing was creating trauma for Paris, because when she get older or when she get married, she was going to be, holding her emotions in and scared to talk about how she genuinely felt, because she was raised by a crazy, headstrong Gemini mama. So it's just like, and you know what? Take the Gemini out. Because I said that's another thing I'm going to stop doing. Talk about my sign. Because that's just another defense mechanism too. Girl, you ain't bipolar. You okay. Get you some healing and move on. So you got to be careful too with getting healed from your trauma. To get away from your traumas, because what you're doing is you damaging your kids too. You damaging your kids too. So you don't want to damage your kids through your own trauma. So that's another reason why healing is so important. I feel like everybody on this live today, I swear to God, y'all, I swear I really thought I was on Ghetto Girl Eats Live. And I was about to go on there and do I want to do another cooking class. The cooking class we did the other day was so amazing. So it must have been purposeful for me to come on this live today and just tell my testimony. I was like, let me just open up and talk about my healing journey. I can't. The lies, like with me going through my healing journey, with people saying negative stuff on live, and we trying to talk, it just was too much. Y'all, when I tell y'all I know this healing journey is really working. Somebody say you lost a good man. One thing about a loss is never a loss, because one thing God do is always spin a block for me. So if that was y'all, if that was a good situation, watch how this next situation be a million times better. I believe that for me. And the reason why I believe that for me is because I got a good heart. I'm a loving person. I'm very kind. I'm a God-fearing woman. I do right by people, even though I'm still traumatized up a little bit and I'm going through my healing process, but God still sees this part of me. This part of me, I'll take it out and give it to somebody. Seriously. My ex was a great person, right? Good for whoever else he's going to have. But for me, I can say that, God going to spin a block for me. He going to spin a block for me. So, baby, I am receiving that my next husband, he's coming. But for now, I want to enjoy myself. I want to love on myself. I want to just travel the world. I want to do all the things that, I thought I needed to do with a husband or a fiance or a man, and just do it with myself. And it's okay for me. And I just want to say this is my healing journey, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm just in awe of how I've been feeling. I never knew that rubbing, girl, when I tell y'all, I'm like a cuddle person. I love to cuddle. But when I tell y'all, I've been rolling around in my bed, waking up, and people just been blessing me. Like, he been taking care of me in his healing. Usually I'm the one that's always giving in relationships. Y'all, I'm gonna say this one thing, and we gonna change. We not gonna talk about the guys anymore. Y'all can't say every guy that I've been with, I turned them up. God don't use me to turn them up, but when I poured into them so much, and some poured back, back into me. But what I'm saying is that while I've been on this healing journey, God has been spinning a block for me. He's been spinning a block for me. I've been going in places. They've been like, don't even worry about it. We love you. Just go. And that really don't be happening to me for real. I went into the nail shop with me and my friend. The owner of the restaurant, the nail shop was like, just go, Sierra. You fine. Gifts. So much stuff. Like, just so much stuff. Like, he's really been showering me, and I feel so good. Like, so good. Everybody can feel how they want to feel. I have nothing bad to say about any of the guys that I was with, because it is what it is. At this point, while I'm going through my healing journey, I don't need to bash anybody. Like, I don't need to bash anybody. I know what I did in those relationships. God know what I did in those relationships, and that's all that matters. I can't, and you guys wasn't with me in those relationships. You guys don't know what I endured. You don't know what they endured. So it's just like, during this part of my life, I just want to be able to love on me and enjoy me, and just, that's it. Like, I'm not talking about nothing bad. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to acknowledge those relationships. I just want bygones to be bygones, and I just want to finish loving and lifting up Sierra. Let God finish working on me, finish healing me, and finish just loving on me. Aren't you married? No, I'm not. Well, I am, but I'm going through a divorce, so that right now we're not together. We're going through a breakup, a divorce, or whatever. And that's where we at right now. So I'm just focusing in on me. Somebody said, you still love Eric to death. Well, honestly, I do love Eric. I will always have love for Eric, right? But me and Eric are just not, we just couldn't get on the same page. So it was a lot of just, stuff that was going on. So I just decided that, I look at it like this. As part of my healing journey, I'm learning that if something don't make you better, if a situation don't make you better, if a situation don't make you just better overall, stronger overall, then, it don't need to be a situation. And that's okay. Like, that's genuinely okay. Like, everybody you date ain't your husband, right? Everybody you date is not your husband, and that's okay. That's okay. But guess what though, y'all? We experienced some great moments. We had fun. It was what it was. So I would never even say that I wish it wouldn't have happened, because I feel like it was a learning lesson in all of my relationships. In my relationships, I feel like God came in and I learned something from that. But I will never be able to have a healthy relationship with anybody until I genuinely heal Sierra.